Today we're going to be checking out Black Knight by Deep Purple. Really, really cool, pretty straightforward kind of riff, and one that I'd really recommend maybe going to have a look at yourself. See if you can transcribe and work out the riff on your own, and then come back and watch the rest of this video, because it's a really good one to try and transcribe, you know. But it's so cool, I got to show it to you. So let's get to a close-up and check out how to play it. Okay, so one riff at a time. The very first one, the intro. Playing 6 notes on each one, alternate picking, down, up, starting at the 7th fret on the 5th string, which is the note E. Then down to D, which is first finger in the 5th fret of the 5th string. Now we've got the 3rd finger in the 7th fret of the thickest string, going down to the 1st finger in the 3rd fret of the thickest string. Okay, and now we're into the first kind of main riff of the tune, really. I guess the one that most people would recognise, which is this. So we're starting off here with the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. 1st finger moves over to the 5th fret of the 4th string. Back to the note E, which was the this one here with the 3rd finger. And back then to the 1st finger in the 5th fret. Then we've got 3rd finger on the thickest string, 7th fret. Back to the 1st finger, and then back to the 3rd finger. Then 1st finger, 3rd finger. And 3rd finger then has to kind of fold over to play the 7th fret of the 4th string. Back to the 1st finger and to the 3rd finger. I'll just play the whole thing through really slowly. I'm sure you're getting this fine. In those little gaps, make sure you keep your fingers nicely on the strings to make sure they're quiet, because if you're kind of playing loud you'll get feedback and stuff. So in the gaps, 3, 4. Both hands really should be covering. You heard a little squeak there of one of my fingers touching the strings. But anyway, so the riff now, just properly at full speed. So, a bit of practice, I'm sure you'll be fine with that. Make sure you listen to it, that's really important. Okay, the next riff is what's played in the verses, this kind of funny rhythm, which is this. Now, this is kind of like a D power chord. I'm using my little finger. Most people would probably use their 3rd finger, so it's just like a 2-note power chord. But as well as playing, the root note is here, right? So it's D, E. It could well be that he's playing that on the record, but it sounds to me like he's going. So he's going down, slide, up, up, down, slide, up, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just a close up of this one, just have a look quickly. I'm going down, slide, up, and each time I'm putting my whole hand down. Up, 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 down, up, up. After a whole bunch of times doing this little slid D to E, there's a new riff. It's kind of a transitional kind of riff from one part to another. Starting here, it's kind of like the intro. So 7th fret, 5th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 7th 7th fret of the thicker string, back to the 5th string. Yeah, so twice doing. Then, so 3rd finger sliding from the 7th fret up to the 9th and moves back. 7, then 7, 5, 7, 5, 7 on the thicker string, down to the note A, which is the 5th fret. One more time. Now this bit's a little bit tricky. We got so it's A, thicker string, 5th fret, A again, which is the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then a really quick hammer-on flick off here, 5, 7, 5 on the 4th string, followed by the 7th fret on the 5th string, and back to 5th fret on the 4th string. Make sure you listen to the record and make sure you get the timing of that right. Definitely worth practicing on the 1 chord first, but on the recording he's going A, then to G, and then a little E chord with the little upstroke thing like we did before, and again B. Well, I hope at least some of you took my advice and had a go at transcribing this tune before you watched my video. Bands like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath are really, really great for working out stuff yourself, like getting into transcribing, because it's not complicated. In that period there was kind of one guitar or maybe 2 guitars, but they were playing simple stuff and it wasn't all kind of Pro Tools, computer editing, and you know, there wasn't too much complicated stuff, so it's a good thing to work out, you know. Led Zeppelin, kind of great in the same kind of period, but a bit more complicated because Jimmy was doing more complicated stuff on guitar. So Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, really good bands for transcribing yourself. Slightly bit of a tangent, you have to forgive me there a little bit, but you know, I'm trying to encourage you guys to do the learning stuff by ear thing while I'm here as well. So anyway, great track. Have a go at playing along with the record. Once you kind of got the riffs under your fingers, you shouldn't have it too much difficulty in doing that. Have a go at the solos as well. There's a bit of whammy bar stuff going on there as well that you'll hear. Some of the lead riffs are kind of cool to work out too. There's nothing too complicated going on, so have a go at doing that yourself. And I'll see you for another riff very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.